You've been lied to about why women over 40 want you. The manosphere tells you they're desperate. Society says they're settling. Your ego whispers they're plan B. Here's what the data actually shows. Men in long-term relationships with women over 40 report 43% higher life satisfaction scores than those with partners under 30. Not 5%, not 10%, 43%. But you keep swiping on 25-year-olds who ghost you after one date. Why? Because you've been programmed to chase youth while ignoring the one thing you actually need: peace. I'm Marcus, and for the last 15 years, I've studied why intelligent men make exhausted choices in relationships. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about bitterness. This is about understanding the system that programmed you and making a wiser choice. Brother, I know you're tired. Tired of explaining your job to someone who doesn't understand why you care about it. Tired of playing therapist to someone still figuring out who they are. Tired of the drama, the tests, the "where is this going" conversations when you've already told her 3 times. You thought dating younger would make you feel alive again. Instead, you feel like a tour guide in your own life. She's beautiful. Your friends are impressed. But every night you lie next to someone who doesn't speak your language. And you're starting to wonder if this is all there is. Let me show you the 3 biological and economic forces that make women over 40 the smartest choice you're avoiding. Force 1. Emotional maturity. At 25, her prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for emotional regulation, is still developing. At 45, fully formed. Translation: at 25, she's reacting. At 45, she's responding. At 25, she's building her identity through you. At 45, she knows herself. You're not her experiment. You're her choice. Force 2. Financial sovereignty. The median net worth of women aged 40 to 55 is 3.2 times higher than women aged 25 to 35. What does that mean for you? She doesn't need you to fund her life. She's not auditing your wallet. She's evaluating your character. For the first time in your dating life, you're being chosen for who you are, not what you provide. Force 3. Sexual confidence. Here's the study they don't want you to see. Women's sexual satisfaction peaks between ages 36 and 45. Not 18 to 25, not 26 to 35, late 30s to mid 40s. She's not performing. She's not insecure. She knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to ask. Meanwhile, the 25-year-old is still learning what she likes through trial and error, with you as the crash test dummy. So why are you chasing 25 when everything points to 45? Because you've been marketing targeted your entire life. Let me show you how. The Hollywood Industrial Complex. Every movie shows the 50-year-old man with the 25-year-old woman, not because it's optimal, because it sells fantasy. George Clooney doesn't date 25-year-olds because it's fulfilling. He does it because his brand requires it. You're not George Clooney. You're a man who wants to come home to peace. The red pill trap. The manosphere isn't wrong about hypergamy. They're just applying it backwards. They say, women over 40 want you now because their options declined. But they ignore the mirror. Your options with 25-year-olds are declining too, brother. She's not chasing you because she's desperate. You're both finally operating in the same market bracket, looking for partnership, not auditions. But evolutionary psychology says men want youth for fertility. True, if you're trying to have 8 children. But you're not a cave dweller maximizing genetic spread. You're a man who wants one good woman who doesn't make him feel like he's constantly interviewing for a job he already has. Now we arrive at the moment where everything inverts. You thought women over 40 were settling for you. But what if you are finally ready for them? At 30, you weren't ready for a woman who knew herself. You needed someone to reflect your ambitions back at you. You needed validation, not partnership. At 45, you're different. You're no longer trying to prove yourself. You're trying to protect your peace. A 25-year-old sees your stability as a launching pad for her dreams. A 45-year-old sees your stability as a foundation for shared peace. She's not asking, "What can you do for me?" She's asking, "Can we build something neither of us has to escape from?" That's not settlement. That's sophistication. Women over 40 don't settle for you. You finally qualify for them. If you're ready to stop performing and start partnering, here's how you recalibrate. Step 1. Audit your attraction. Ask yourself, am I attracted to her age or to the external validation I get from being seen with her age? Action step. Write down the last 3 women you pursued. What percentage of your attraction was how she looked on your arm versus how you felt in her presence? If the ratio is 70-30 or worse, you're not dating, you're branding. Step 2. Value recalibration matrix. At 28, you prioritized the left column. At 45, you need the right column. Women over 40 are optimized for the right column. Action step. When you meet someone, score them on both columns. If left is greater than right, she's entertainment, not partnership. Step 3. The peace audit. Here's the test. After spending 3 hours with her, do you need a beer to decompress, or do you feel more energized? If you need to recover from your relationship, you're in the wrong relationship. Peace is not boring. Chaos is expensive. Women over 40, on average, cost you less emotional labor because they're not working through identity crises while dating you. Action step. Track your energy levels for 1 week with whoever you're dating. If you're drained more than filled, exit with dignity. Brother, here's what I need you to hear. You don't owe society a trophy girlfriend. You don't owe your ego a 25-year-old who makes your friends jealous. You don't owe anyone an explanation for choosing peace over performance. The woman who's 42, who's built a career, who knows what she wants, who doesn't need you to complete her, but chooses you to complement her. She's not your consolation prize. She's the prize you're finally mature enough to recognize. And if you're still chasing 25 because you're afraid of what it says about you to date 45, that's ego talking, not wisdom. Ego keeps you exhausted. Wisdom brings you home. I want to leave you with the question, not because I need your answer, but because you need to answer it for yourself. What's the biggest myth you believed about dating women over 40 that turned out to be completely wrong? Share it in the comments below. Your story might be the clarity another brother needs today. If this shifted something for you, join this community. Subscribe not for numbers, but because you deserve a space where intelligence and peace coexist. I am the architect. I will see you in the next blueprint. Sovereign Male Dynamics, Architecture for the New Male Era.